close your eyes and think about the best day you've ever had. One of those days where nothing is going to ruin it. Who were you with? What were you doing? And where were you at? Okay, now open. How many of us can truly say that we have these days every single day doing what we love, where we're at, and who we're with? How many of us wish that we could live out this feeling every single day? Now, I know not every day is the best day of our lives, but if we take the time to define what is only bringing us temporary happiness, then we can make some adjustments to our life to be on the path to pursue the everlasting joy. Now, let me take you back to one of my favorite days. If y'all know me, you know I like Christmas. No, take that back. I love Christmas. Now, let me take you back to when I was 8 or 9 years old. I was sitting there in my new Christmas PJs with my brother, flipping through the TV. Where is it? There it is. I just found Home Alone. Now, like every true Home Alone fan, I was quoting every single line. But for the sake of today, I'll just quote one. "Merry Christmas, ya filthy animals." I literally could not help myself. But the best part hadn't even came yet. Y'all know the guy who wears the cool red outfit, brings all of the awesome toys, and eats the cookies and drinks the milk you put out? He was about to come tomorrow morning. I remember telling my mom, "Mom, do you know when Santa's coming? I'm just so excited." "Taylor, it is time for bed. He will be here in the morning. And wake me up around 8 o'clock in the morning, and then we'll go open the gifts." "What, 8 o'clock? How are we going to have enough time to play with all of our cool gifts and get ready to go to Grandma's?" "Taylor, I will see you at 8 in the morning." Okay. This night, I slept with one eye open. And then I woke up in the middle of the night, looked at my clock, and it was only 6:30 in the morning. But what's the harm in going and waking up Mom anyway? So I ran in, knocked on her door. Mom! Santa just came. Can we please go open up our gifts?" "Taylor, what time is it? It's only 6:30 in the morning. What are you thinking?" "But please, I saw that Santa came, and I really just want to go open my gifts." "Okay, go wake up your brother." Yes, I run in, wake up Lane, guess what? Santa has came. Please come out. Let's go open our gifts. We run over to the tree, start sitting down and tearing through all of our gifts. But the best part of the day hasn't even came yet. We were about to go to Grandma's. Mom said, "Go ahead and get ready." So I ran my hairbrush through my hair a couple times, put on my new outfit, and I waited by the door. And I waited and waited. And then she said, "Come on, kids, let's get in the car." As soon as we got in the car, I threw my buckle on, and as we went through, it felt like the 20-minute drive has turned into a drive of an eternity. I know I was asking the most annoying questions. Are we almost there yet? Can you please just drive a little bit faster? We all know Grandma gets the best gifts, and we're gonna miss it if we don't get there now. Okay, we're almost there. And then I see it. We pull into the neighborhood. I flung off my belt, and as soon as the car was in park, I ran up, and then I went inside the door, and I went over to the Christmas tree. Is my name on the biggest gift? Check. Yes, it was. I was pick up a small gift. I shook it. I bet this is the gift I told Grandma I wanted last week. I went over and asked Grandma, "Hey, can I go open my gifts now?" "Taylor, we haven't even ate lunch yet. What are you thinking?" "Okay, fine, I can solve this." So I ran in and I filled my plate with food. Ham, mashed potatoes, green beans, rolls. Ooh, and then I saw it. My grandma made me the sweet potato casserole. You know, the kind with like this much sweet potato and that much marshmallows? This day was not getting any better. And I sat down and I wolfed down my food and I said, "Okay, Grandma, I'm ready for presents." Everyone hasn't finished eating yet, but if you want to clean up the kitchen, then we might get to presents faster. Me? Clean up the kitchen? Pass. So instead, I sat and I waited by the Christmas tree. And then I finally heard the words, "Kids, it's time to open your presents." And we had this awesome rule in our family that the oldest grandkid got to open their present first. And I bet y'all couldn't guess who the oldest grandkid was. That's right, me. So I tore open into my gifts and I saw I had just got Thomas the Train, the gift set. Not the one that you play with on the table, but like I was driving Thomas the Train. So I set up my track and I drove from the front to the back of Grandma's house the entire day. And that gift I told Grandma I wanted, that's right, I got the makeup so I could walk out looking just like Cinderella. I could not wait to go to the rest of my family's places for Christmas to tell them about all the really cool gifts I got. And I thought my mom would be doing the same thing. But when we got there, she was telling them about the crazy Uno competitions we had and then how Grandma and her were playing Phase 10. And she even did this crazy new dance move. But I had no memory of that. I was so caught up in the things that I thought made me happy that I forgot about what really mattered to me the most, making memories with my family and spending those quality moments with them. So often in life, we get caught up in the things that we think mean the most to us, like our phones, social media, gifts, money, that we forget about what really matters the most to us, our family and our friends. Ask yourself this question: is what I'm doing bringing me temporary happiness? Because if the answer is yes, then we have some evaluating we need to do. I know I had plenty of adjustments to make. I remember my junior year. I was planning out for my senior year because I thought it was my last chance to make an impact. So I sat down at Mr. Beckman's house and I made a checklist of all the things I was going to do. On this checklist, I was going to be chapter president, district president. I was getting my Hoosier degree. That's right, I was going to be on city exec. I was going to get a job at Cracker Barrel, work 30 to 40 hours a week. And on top of that, I was going to be accepted in the National Honor Society. And then I was going to Purdue University and every single FFA event there was all year round. And nothing was stopping me. So I started with my checklist. I was chapter president, then I was on district president, then I was slated district president, which meant I had to be getting my Hoosier degree, and I was on state exec. I had gotten that email saying, "Congratulations, you've been accepted into National Honor Society." Then I got a call back from Cracker Barrel that said, "We cannot wait to have you on our team." Then my grades were looking amazing, and I was going to every single FFA event until about October. And I remember walking into the ag room and I looked at Mrs. Giese and I said, "I am so sorry, but I can't make it to the meeting tonight. Do you think that Caleb can fill in for me?" "Of course, Taylor, no big deal. We'll see you at the next one." But then I found myself cutting 15 minutes off here, 30 minutes there, missing this event, having to call into work. "Sorry, I have this FFA event that I cannot miss." And then Devin came up to me in class and said, "Hey, Taylor, are you ready for that science test today?" "What, we have a science test today? Since when were we having a test?" "Well, last week you were too busy writing your district emails during class because in the evenings you were working and going to all these FFA events." At this point, I realized I was miserable. I was doing all of these things for the wrong reasons. I thought it would make my advisor happy. I thought my mom would be so proud of me. But I wasn't happy myself. It's so important that we know when to take time and reflect and make adjustments to make all ends meet. I realized I was only experiencing the temporary happiness. I took a second and looked in the mirror and I said, "Am I doing what I enjoy?" I wasn't. Am I doing it for the right reasons? No. Therefore, I knew I had several adjustments to make before I could be on my path to reaching the everlasting joy. I remember when I was in preschool and I was asked the world's most dreaded question: "What do you want to do when you get older?" I know many of you have been asked this question time and time again, and your answers might have changed. But as a little preschooler, I remember walking up and saying, Taylor Roy, professional dishwasher. Now, I don't know if y'all remember, but earlier, I wanted no part of doing the dishes. So what made me think that I was going to be doing this for a career? But I had plenty of time to figure it out, so no worries. And then it came to 7th and 8th grade, and my teacher said, Taylor, it's time to start figuring out what you want to do for the rest of your life, because you need to find a path to go down in high school. Well, I know I really love to help people, but I don't need to figure this out. I'll just figure it out in high school when I start applying for colleges. Forget it. And then I got involved in FFA my freshman year. I was falling in love with my ag classes. I was able to coach a career development event, host workshops. This is it. I'm going to be an agriculture educator. So that was what I went with. I didn't think another thing about it. Then junior year hit, and my counselor pulled me into her office. She said, Taylor, where are you applying for college at? I said, oh, Purdue University. I'm going to be an ag teacher. She said, is this something that you really love to do? And then it hit me. I had something missing within me. I went home and I started reflecting on what she had said. Am I enjoying what I'm doing? Is this what I want to do? And I realized the answer was no. But then I remembered the time that when my dad was in the hospital and the nurses made such a big impact on him, whether he had a good or bad day, whether his treatment was high quality or not. And then my mom, she's a wonderful nurse. She puts herself out on the front line all the time to help those around her. And I started seeing similarities within this career. I love helping people. I love my science classes. I couldn't wait to fill up my schedule with every science class there was. And I found a passion for really working with those around me constantly. I think I want to be a nurse. No, I take that back. I know nursing is my career. It's so important that we figure out what brings us the everlasting joy. I'm not asking you to figure out what your career is going to be tomorrow, but maybe start looking at all the big and small moments in life. So often in life, we get caught up in what we think makes us happy, that we forget about the everlasting joy. Let's think back to earlier when I said, think about the best day you've ever had. Who says that every day can't be the best days that we've ever had? If we take the time to define what is bringing us only temporary happiness, then we can make those adjustments to finally reach the everlasting joy. I challenge you all to pursue joy and not happiness, because joy is everlasting. Thank you.